Guys, how would you feel if you found out that someone you worked with was using your personal property to make money online? Not stealing your personal property, but somehow getting a hold of your personal property and was then describing how it smelled, how it looked in detail to other freaks online. You okay with that?
Kink identity theft.
I think I need an example, Wes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay. Well, if you're not okay with it, you're definitely not okay.
We didn't answer how he wanted us to.
No, you didn't.
No, Wes, I wouldn't be
No,
okay with that at all.
not okay.
There you go. Okay, well, if you're not okay with that, then you definitely are not going to be okay with what one shoe store employee was doing with his coworkers and customers' shoes at the store he worked with. So I want you guys to meet Malachi Wiley. Here's a picture of him. Now, he doesn't look like a guy who would steal your shoes, jerk off in them, and then post what he had done online, does he? Because that's exactly what he was doing with his coworkers' shoes.
I mean, he looks happy. He looks like he's living a fulfilled life. So
Yeah, that was a post. That was like a very post picture, like right after he'd done the deed, within minutes.
He's also like 23 and has the name of a mortician with Malachi. That's going to lead to things like this.
Yeah, he's from New Zealand, Malachi Wiley.
Oh, okay.
So Malachi was breaking into his coworkers' lockers, taking pictures of their shoes, writing down how they smelled, and in some instances, coming, and even more baffling to me personally, spitting in them to get off, and then sharing all of that with his fellow foot freaks online, so they could get their jollies too. There's a whole community of these people.
interesting. They jack off into shoes.
They like it. They like the way it smells. So there's a picture of there's the blurred out images are where he came
Semen.
in his coworker.
They're not that
shoes.
blurred out, by the way.
Right.
Need to blur them
You can
out.
tell what they are.
The one in the middle over there is.
Yeah, the puddle in the right sole is very evident.
Where did he work?
He worked. This is all going down in New Zealand at the number one shoe store in Palmerston, North New Zealand.
Palmerston North. Nice.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not anymore.
That's
I was gonna ask-
study abroad.
I was gonna ask Will if you ever been to the shoe store.
I've lived in that city, but I don't know which one. Which shoe store? Is it in the mall?
Number one shoes.
Is it in the mall there? Because I think like
Probably.
I mean that's like the only place to shop.
You would
I
buy
feel
a
like,
pair
in
of
the whole
trainers
place.
there.
Yeah. So this
I
all.
think so.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy coming in all the shoes there. So this guy, this all.
But in his coworkers' shoes, though.
Yeah,
those were used shoes. Those were his coworkers.
He
shoes, right?
went out. I'll get to it.
Yes.
He got a little more brazen as time went on. So back in December 2020, according to the article, when this is all began when a profile identified as belonging to Palmerston North number one shoes employee Malachi Wiley began posting images from his store to an online shoe fetish site, like the one I just showed you of his female coworkers' Converses that he got to by breaking into her locker. You see, employees have to wear the store's shoes while working, so they go in, they take off their old shoes, they get a new pair of kicks the shoe gives them, and then they exchange at the end of the day. So he also took a picture of her in the break room, so the freaks online could put a face to the shoe and come extra good later on.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Mhm.
This
Yeah,
is
I
why
mean-
they need to raise the minimum wage.
Yeah.
The woman who the image that
Wait,
you showed.
why? Wait, why? How does that happen?
It's too tempting. If you're working a minimum wage job and there are shoes around, it's
Wouldn't
just too tempting.
then
You're
the
gonna
people who have minimum wage jobs still do. Why does
You're
it
gonna
have to
jizz
do
them
with
and put 'em online.
Why does it have to do with his wage?
Pat,
and
you
then
could pay this
what
guy a
make
million.
right now?
You could pay this guy $1 million
exactly.
an hour.
He could be a CEO and he'd be jizzing in shoes.
Pat, he's gonna find the
Yeah.
shoes.
this is a side hustle.
Macaulay Culkin. Could you imagine this guy in a bowling alley? Like if he was like the
Oh.
shoe guy in a bowling alley.
Good God, why didn't he do that? He missed his fucking calling.
That's his dream job.
That is
Oh
his
my
dream
God,
job.
What, he looked like a size 9.
I bet they background check you if you apply to be the shoe guy at the bowling alley to make sure that you're not a fetish man. Or maybe they're like, hey, go nuts. You know,
Shoes
this
went
is a
missing
bowling alley.
again.
Wes,
Yeah.
did it say how much money he was making off of these posts, or
It didn't say how much money he was making, but yeah, he gained quite a following because he just had access to all these shoes, and he was kind of like famous, I guess, in the community. He was the shoe guy. So in January, after that, he posted a picture of his penis inside his coworker's shoes where he had ejaculated. Bubba already showed you the picture. And then a few days later, he posted another shoe coming with the words, "She wore Nike AF1s into work and left them in her locker, so I thought they deserved to come." He also posted photos of that coworker in the break room Like, there she is. I just came in her shoes. Check her out. Yeah.
How did he not know he was going to get caught with the fucking scheme?
Because
as
he's in this
obvious
community.
as this?
Because he's only in this community. Because these people were freaks too, and they loved it.
He's like in New Zealand, and he's thinking like nobody's going to catch me.
No,
down
there's
here.
some protection, Will, of like
Yeah.
being in a dark community, like the type of community that's into you jizzing in your coworker's shoes. Who's
Right.
going to be, if you're in that community, you're going to be like, oh shit, I know that girl. How do you
Right.
tell her? You know,
Right,
hey,
but I
Yeah,
mean,
I was on
but
my
I mean,
favorite
like-
website and saw your shoes.
Yeah,
he
right.
must do it early in these people's shifts, because if that girl, that's going to take a couple hours, that one picture, for that to dry up. She's going to know she stepped in
Right.
something.
She's wondering what happened.
And
that's
is
for
that
sure.
what happened, Wes? Did somebody step in it and was like, "Uh-oh"?
No, so I'll tell you how he got caught. So then what he was doing, he got a little too cocky, and then he started a new thread about customers. One post read, "As you may imagine, from time to time there are some pretty sexy experiences. My favorite is when hot girls leave their shoes lying around as they walk across the store to get other shoes." He posted
Big
pictures of
mistake.
he posted pictures of customers' shoes, and in some cases their faces, and how the shoes smelled from the foot freaks for the foot freaks to enjoy. One post read, "Had a younger girl come in yesterday, and I simply couldn't resist getting some photos of her sexy boots. The boots had a slight sweat smell to them. However, the socks were the real gold. They had a little stronger sweat smell, but not enough to reek, which was the perfect balance for me." So this guy's just, he's deep. He loves it.
He's like a shoe jack off connoisseur. He's like a wine guy. Like, he's describing the scents and
Yeah. Another
A little
one.
earthy.
He spit in some girl's shoes, which he said was really hot because she put it back on without thinking twice. Hot. He says, "Hey guys, I don't know if I can control myself. She just walked in with some first edition Uggs, and I almost came into my pants." I made that one up. Eventually, he was reprimanded for having his cell phone on the store floor too much. They caught on that he was like just had his cell phone out all the time, so he had to
not
go
for
back.
being in the locker room for hours on
Right.
end.
Right,
but
not
the
for
cell
coming in
phone.
shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't catch him for years when he's in the locker room, literally finishing an entire jerk off session in a shoe.
Right.
But,
So he had to go back to
He
his.
must come quick too.
yeah.
Well,
He
he's
gets
very
excited.
turned on by this, Will.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
so-
like edging all the way up to the fucking
he
locker.
is losing his mind every day. So then he had to go back to his coworker's
Sometimes he
shoes.
doesn't even get the locker open. Oh no.
Yeah.
His pants.
his coworkers keep getting their inserts stuck to their socks when they're taking their shoes off. What's going on again?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crusty socks all the time. And then the people online started getting into it and egging him on. One follower said, "Nice job. They put their shoes in their locker thinking that's where they stay. Meanwhile, in reality, they're getting flooded with cum and shown to the world." And they were requesting videos of the girls putting the cummy shoes back on. That would have made him a millionaire, it seems, in this community. But yeah, so how he was found out, to wrap it up, is there was a woman that was selling clothes online, just like normally selling clothes, and she stumbled upon this like deep thread, and she noticed the store. And then she got like a conscious because she saw what was happening to these girls, so she alerted the store. He got arrested, and the news reached out to him because the trial's still going on, and he like begged them not to run the story that I'm reading to you because he said it was going to destroy his life, which it is.
Well, Malachi is now forever known as a guy who likes to fuck shoes, and he's never
Right.
getting over that. I mean, Malachi's a good-looking guy, but nobody can look past a guy who fucks a shoe.
New Zealand's not that big a place, right? Well,
No, it's a very
yeah.
small community. Palmerston North
Yeah.
is a little town.
He can't go anywhere.
Yeah, no, he can't go anywhere. Everybody knows him as the shoe fucker now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. So something out there for everyone, I guess.